Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Bro Country, the virus edition, aka the Panty Pods,
AKA two twins for the win,
aka two men, one Afghan,
AKA two Jews, no harm in Killabrews,
aka two Jews, no tattoos,
AKA two fellas, no mellow yellows.
Ooh, I love it. Guys, I hope you had a good weekend. We're recording this on a Monday. It's going to drop on a Tuesday. Busy weekend. Some sad news all around, just from people that we know. Fred Willard's passing. It was kind of a heavy weekend. If we wanted, so now more than ever we need, as if we didn't need it before. Now more than ever, we just need that break. We need that breath in our day to just try and find stuff to laugh about or rant about, and hopefully we provide that for you.
Yeah, I think that's, when I think about what I need out of my day,
Yeah.
I do need that escape, because the escape in all those ways that we used to escape from our current existence, those are gone.
Yeah.
Like that time, that you time is gone.
Yep.
So there is one place to retreat, which is into your AirPods and into our minds as we bring you these crazy stories that continue to happen. I mean, I guess that's the positive thing for comedy, is that people continue to do stupid things.
Yeah.
Which fuels our other podcast, Dumb People Town, and it definitely fuels this one. I think we should just jump right into what's going on.
Yeah. So Wisconsin is an interesting state. I mean, let's just
we
be
performed
honest
in
with
Madison so many times. So we did a special there, our Netflix special. We shot at the Majestic Theater there. They have one of the best comedy clubs in the world. Comedy on State. We love the
family that owns it. I mean, they're just incredible.
They're wonderful. The sisters who run it, and they're the coolest and the best, and they do a fantastic job with that club. And
Anna and Eve.
We feel so lucky just to be there. The town is cool. It's interesting. There's a lot going on in that town.
It's a capital city. It's a university town, and there are a lot of great restaurants.
The food is so good. So cheese curds, I didn't know what cheese curds were until
Nor
I
did
went
I.
there. So cheese curds, they can come in several varieties, but our favorite are fried cheese curds. It is a squeaky little piece of cheese in the middle, a little square of cheese, Wisconsin cheese.
Yeah.
That is then fried in a ball. And as we were creating comedy about Madison, what we said was that Madison was the creamy cheese center to Wisconsin's crusty, fried
outer shell. So it's the creamy socialist
middle that's trying to be progressive and pushes to the next phase of humanity, versus the crusty old
outer edge that's will
trying
to kill you. So that was the crusty outer edge, was the Supreme Court shooting down the stay-at-home order that
by the governor
in the middle. So I love the curds so much. Jay and I were like, we're eating all the curds.
I'm taking down every curd.
We're taking down more curds than the Saddam Hussein administration,
folks.
And that's the way we felt about it.
Yep.
But it is crazy. It is. You still have to be reminded, we're in Wisconsin.
Right.
I mean, we went to camp up in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, which is way up in the top.
Not even Rhinelander. Eagle River. Not even Eagle River. Conover, Wisconsin.
So we went Rhinelander, Eagle River. There's an airport in Rhinelander.
Right.
And people in Madison are always like, what are they doing up in Rhinelander?
No one knows what they're doing up in Rhinelander.
What are they making, like dolls out of baby hair? What's happening?
What are they
doing in Rhinelander?
Seriously, it is so far up. It is a what are they doing up there situation.
So last week, the Wisconsin Supreme Court overruled, like we said, the stay-at-home order, and the bars were opened, and basically treating it like the virus was completely gone.
Yeah, when we say bars open, we don't mean like in a tactful way that honors what's going on right now. So we're open, but we're trying to be conscious.
We're letting a certain number of people in and keeping it wide open, packed to the gills.
It's like, to me, the analogy I do is when I'm trying to eat better all day.
Yeah.
And maybe I have a juice. I'm going on a juice cleanse.
Yeah.
I have a juice for breakfast. I have a juice for lunch. I have a sensible dinner. But then for some reason, I'm up until 11:30. 11:30, I'm like, let me have a bag of Doritos.
Yeah.
Let me have 14 Oreos. Let me have a pint of ice cream.
Sounds
Let
good.
me have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then you know what? You ruined the whole day where you work so hard to make things healthy.
You can't be trusted with your own choices.
I can't.
So you're like Wisconsin. Cannot be trusted with, why pay attention to any signs, by the way? Okay. Just like eating a cheese curd, like that gives you that feeling of, I'm going to have probably the most violent bowel movement of my life.
Right. Like you feel it a little bit and there's still like 4 more curds.
I'm going to eat more curds.
Give me a couple
West Allis, Wisconsin. Hospital.
How good were those curds, by the way, at the tornado room?
Unreal. Hospital based in Illinois has responded after a video was seen as one of their nurses at a crowded Wisconsin bar
Was spotted on the video.
Yeah. Crowds of people, mostly without masks. Wait, hang on a second. Crowds of people at a bar and they weren't wearing masks. Hang on a second.
That feels so crazy.
Crowds of people packed bars in Wisconsin hours after the state Supreme Court knocked down. This is hours after the Supreme Court said no. This is like the only time anybody in Wisconsin has ever listened to their Supreme Court give a ruling about anything.
They're like, what? I always follow the Supreme Court.
What?
They said I need to party right now.
Among the revelers was a nurse with ties to a local organization. Now, that's not responsible, is it?
I mean, she wants a drink. The gal wants
She's
to
a hero.
get a drink on.
She's a hero.
She's
not
hero.
Look, I appreciate what she's doing, but
Thank
she's
you
doing
for going on the front lines. We appreciate.
By the way,
it.
we have our first cousin is on the front lines. Our first cousin is an ER doctor down in San Diego. He works on the front lines.
Yeah.
This is a guy who is like, he would never go out to never go out to a bar in this current situation because he knows he has to deal face to face with COVID victims. He doesn't want to bring anything in.
Now, wouldn't that be the worst? You spend all of your energy and your effort trying to revive someone, and you're just infecting people because you were out because you had to go have a beer.
At 8 p.m. every night, we clap, we bang pots for all the health workers and the frontline workers. We do care, and we're so proud of them.
Maybe we could do like alcohol delivery.
We'll bring a beer to you.
We'll bring the booze to you. You don't need to go into a crowded
We'll have
place.
people dance on your lawn. That way you can have the experience. We'll bring a roll by a jukebox and play something. Okay, alcohol delivery at every COVID worker, frontline workers home. There you go.
Katie Kautsky.
Katie Kautsky was not shy about identifying herself and her profession. You didn't need to do that.
So she would have been fine if she didn't put it out there.
Or she wouldn't have been fine. I'm glad she put it out there because then we could
now
identify
she got
her.
caught. Yes.
Or maybe she wants to get caught.
Yeah.
Now her employer, which is headquartered in Illinois, is responding to her actions. So you bring in the stupidity.
That's bad.
Use the stupidity of Wisconsin back down to Illinois.
And also, like, I feel like that part of Wisconsin is northern Illinois' playground.
That's right.
That's where you go to do crazy stuff, messed up stuff that you don't bring back down to Illinois. Well, this came back to haunt this woman. And when you get your employer involved in your dumb behavior, it's never a good thing.
As soon as your employer has to make a statement, Jay, that's always a bad thing.
No one's ever going to
they're never going to call a conference together and say,
"Carry on, Katie. Keep rocking." We just want to get all the media together and just say, Katie, keep having.
Just want to say,
keep doing those tequila shots. We support
or
you.
no one. They would never even in another world say, "Okay, glad you all the members of the media put themselves at risk for coming to this press conference right now." Yeah. We just want to take a moment right now and just explain that Katie Kautsky is doing a great job.
Yeah,
she's one of our nurses. We just wanted to release a statement that she's really working hard.
Which, by the way,
let's let her do whatever she wants in this quarantine.
Well, I don't know about that. So they went to a bar called, what was the name of the bar?
Lemansky's Pub.
Lemansky's Pub.
Near Milwaukee, opened on Thursday.
Lemansky's.
It's such a Chicago name. Lemansky's.
Yeah, look,
This is the type of bar where like two waitresses fight each other every third night. You know what I mean? Lemansky's. Yeah, a couple of rumbling down at Lemansky's.
Yeah, I heard about that down there.
It's like, this is what she said.
Were they fighting over cheese curds?
Yeah. She says, I have a toddler. This is what Katie said. I have a toddler at home and I'm a full-time nurse. It's been very stressful and hard to go out and be with my friends and family at the bars. Well, you're not supposed to be out at the, she told
who is taking care of the toddler while she's out at the bars?
Listen, I'm all for this woman blowing off steam. I really am. I want her to be happy and stress-free when she heads back to the hospital.
We don't want her to be hungover.
No.
That's not something we want.
We need to come up with another way for her to blow off steam. Can we come up with that?
Yes.
Customers were seen nearly shoulder to shoulder, of course not wearing masks, because the Wisconsin Supreme Court doesn't give
a fuck.
No. The reporter asked the nurse if she was worried and then said quietly to herself, this should be good. She said, this is what she said, Katie. I don't think the risk presents any higher than going to the grocery store. Yeah. People aren't shoulder to shoulder at a grocery store.
I go to the grocery store every like 11 or 12 days. People, they let in a certain amount of people. There's distance between everyone. We're all wearing masks.
There are arrows on the floor for you to follow if you're going to a Trader Joe's of how did the flow of traffic inside. They let one in, one out. That's not what's happening at the bar,
No.
Katie.
We're not shoulder to shoulder.
The incident was brought up Thursday during a virtual town hall for Advocate Aurora Health, Kautsky's employer. Mary Beth Kingston said the Advocate Aurora Health screens all employees before their shifts and ensures that they follow appropriate safety measures on the job. We've also been working with education with our team members for what they can do to be safe once they leave our hospital. So now she's treating her like a baby.
Yeah.
So we talk to our people. We say, this is what's safe and this is what's not.
Do we go out to the bars?
No, we don't go out to the bar. Even if your dumb Supreme Court of the state that you live in says it's okay to go to the bars.
But do you want to go to the bars? Yeah.
Yeah, but
you
then
don't. But you don't have to.
Advocate Aurora Health issued the following statement. Jesus, they had to issue a statement. That's where it's not good. Given the ongoing education and safety measures, again, they've pointed back to the education and safety measures.
That we are fully committed to. Well, you might be fully committed to it.
They said, we're disappointed. Oof. That's gotta hurt.
That's
We're
like
disappointed.
your parents.
The health and safety of our patients, team members, and our community are our highest priorities. Here's the thing. Katie Kautsky probably knows what she's doing there. They don't want to let her go because she's one of the few people that can do the job there. She kind of has them a little bit. As businesses begin to reopen, it's important
What was Sully McCullough's old joke about McDonald's?
Got stabbed. You'll always have a job at McDonald's.
That's it. Yeah, some like you always be. It's hard to fire anyone at McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a manager, like a guy stabs the manager, a coworker, and that manager's like, "Man, you cut me
deep.
You cut me real deep.
Now get over on the
but
fries.
I need you on that fry line right now."
That's right. The health and safety of our patients, team members, and our community are our highest priorities. That's bad when she does something that makes them defend what their priorities are.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's a really bad thing.
Like your
screwed
priorities so badly that now
have
everyone in the world is questioning this company.
Right. And it's important that we all continue to practice safety measures that have been effective in stemming the spread, including social distancing through hand washing, staying at home when sick, and wearing masks in public in accordance with local government guidance. WGN reached out by phone to Kautsky and reached her husband, who said she had no comment on the story. How do we know?
So her husband said she had no comment.
Well, the husband's pissed because he had to take care of the toddler. He wanted to be out at the bar.
Look,
these are the type of people that would bring a toddler to a bar.
Here's the thing. I get that people are concerned about economics. I get
Me too.
that people are tired and feeling cooped up.
Let's pivot.
I get all those things. There is a way. Even at the worst, if you're like, I have to be out and hear the sound of other people being around, why not put a mask on?
Yeah.
Why not do that thing? Give at least one thin layer of protection between you and other people if you're good. If you absolutely have to be in a loud bar.
Maybe she didn't have a comment because she was passed out from the night before. We don't know. Advocate Aurora Health is based in Downers Grove and has hospitals and medical providers and offices in Illinois and Wisconsin. Downers Grove is what you call it when a nurse hangs out at a bar with a bunch of unmasked yahoos. What a Downers Grove.
Look, I understand, Rand, that it may not be fair that
to
we
hold them to
the
higher standards.
Doctors and nurses,
They're
we
just
hold them to
people.
higher standards.
They're just people.
They are just people. But if you're a Zamboni driver, all right?
Yes.
And you show up to work drunk,
Yep.
you will be cheered.
That's
the crowd
right.
will love it. You'll add.
I didn't know they're doing figure eights now.
Yeah,
Neither did
English.
he.
You'll put some English on. But you can't do that if you're an airline pilot.
No.
Now both people are operating.
They're both driving something.
They're both driving something. But we say to our airline pilots, no, you cannot do that.
Look, if you want to get drunk on the job or get high on the job, become a Zamboni driver.
That's right.
And make less money.
If you need to drive a big piece of machinery and you want to be wasted, do that.
Do that.
It's not fair, but that's the deal.
That's it. All right, let's take a break.
Okay.
I know we have. Do we have voicemail today? I think we
got Mega today.
Yes, I think we have Mega today. I love the guys at Mega. If you haven't heard this podcast, it is amazing. It's a podcast fully improvised about a mega church. I mean, you can't get better than that. Who is reveling right now in the end of days apocalyptic scenario that is becoming of our entire
Four
world?
Horsemen.
than the mega churches of this world. And these guys, this podcast is one of my favorites. I just listened to like 3 episodes over the weekend. It got me through. They're quick. They're 30 minutes. So Greg and Holly, let's take it away. This is a little voicemail from our friends over at Mega, and then we'll be back after the break.
Hey, it's Greg and Holly from Mega the Podcast. Here's a clip of that parody Christian rock song called Happy Ending.
Sing with me now. You're mine, my happy ending. Oh, you're mine, my sweet release. And you, I will come to completion. And oh, it's such a heavenly thing.
That's just a tease of what you'll get every Sunday, so subscribe to Mega and let's raise some hell.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. As we always tell you around this time, we have a YouTube page where we've got lots of clips of our old stuff. We're starting to put up an old series we did called Held Up on Crackle. It was so much fun. So many great people in it. A story about a bank robbery gone wrong, where 2 sets of robbers rob the same bank on the same day, and the whole series takes place in the standoff. 16 5-minute episodes that were eventually cut into a whole movie that you can get at Redbox.
And I think what we're going to try and do is possibly give our commentary before and after each episode, so you get a little behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's like a DVD commentary, which would be great. And we might start doing that, I believe, on the Cheap Seats episodes as well, which would be a blast to kind of give you the just a little extra reason to check it out on our website, again, on the YouTube page. If you go to YouTube and look up Sklar Bro Country, just subscribe to it. Spend some time cruising around. You can watch all these episodes and a bunch of stand-up and really cool stuff on there. So check that out. And now, without further ado, we hop into our next story and our final story. So beer and alcohol, as evidence of the first story, people want to get to bar. Those sales must be soaring at this point right now.
I mean, obviously not at bars, but like the actual ordering in of beer.
Just people getting sauced at this point. And since they're not driving anymore, there's even more reason to let loose if you want to and just kind of drink your troubles away if you want.
Let loose the juice.
Let loose the juice. But leave it to beer companies to try and get creative at this point, since there are no sports.
So like, how can we get our talons in you and really get
since there's no sports to watch, because that was really that
was an outlet for how they would advertise and get in people's heads.
Enter Coors Light video conferencing loops. May 14th, the makers of Coors Light beer unveiled a new service for the coronavirus era, a clone machine to allow video conference attendees to leave their cameras without being missed. Now, you may ask yourself, why would Coors Light be doing this? They have so many other things that they should be and could be focusing on right now, like developing more ads with the Coors Light twins.
Where are they? They're probably in their 50s now. The Coors Light twins, let's be honest. Randy and I did a bit about this. We did a bit
about this 10 years ago. We have the whole bit on our, but we'll describe it
So
again.
essentially, the bit was that Coors Light did a very suggestive ad with a terrible white dude basically singing or rapping.
It was an affront to rapping.
It was an affront to gift wrapping.
It was an affront to black people. It was an affront to white people.
It was an affront to smoothies by their
association
to healthy
wrap
wrap
sandwiches. Yeah.
All right. Basically, they said the song said, "I like hanging with my friends, fun that never ends, and twins." And then it would cut to a shot of these fake-breasted Coors Light twins, blonde-haired, bleached-out twins.
Yeah.
And the insinuation of that, of course, is that
it's every red-blooded American male sports fan's dream to have a 3-way with twins, which when you think about that on the surface, yes, you've heard about that. It feels like it's something, but think about it harder.
They're sisters. So if they all engage in some sexual activity, that's incest.
If you're asking them to hook up with each other at all while you watch, that means you're into incest. That's a terrible thing to promote.
That's a deep gut check moment.
How can Coors Light be promoting that is what you're asking yourself.
So we always said we wanted to redo that commercial.
Just recut it. Keep the bad rap. You can have it.
I like hanging with my friends, fun that never is. But when they get to and twins, instead of cutting to the Coors Light twins, you cut to the Siamese girl twins who are connected at the head.
One of them's a country
And
music.
the other one's, I think, in a wheelbarrow. I don't know, or something.
Something. They're very supportive of each other, and they're beautiful women. But the idea is that we push the camera into the fleshy part that's both of them.
But it's kind of neither of them.
It's kind of like international waters. Like you could commit a crime on there.
Anything could happen in there. But yeah, and that's the twins. And it's like a weird rack focus where it kind of comes in and pulls back.
The only reason I do it is just to then get red-blooded male sports fans reaction.
Because the rest of the commercial is the same. It's leading to that point.
I like hanging with our friends. I like fun that never ends. But then when it gets to that point, they're just...
I don't know if I can get on board with
I don't know how I feel about this right now. You're making me have to consider what it's like to, as a birth... Would you call it a deformity? Or
no, you would call it an abnormal... I'm not sure.
As a birth abnormality. I don't know what that has to do with
that
me.
That feels like fun that could end.
Yeah.
So, Coors Light, the innovators of the Coors Light twins, of course they'd be in the game of cloning. So what they've created is a way.
It's called the Coors Light Clone Machine. It creates a 30-second video loop of the user that can be activated during a video chat to give the user just enough time to sneak a trip to the fridge for a cold beer, which again... This is Coors Light thinking about what sounds like a good idea on paper, but just like the Coors Light twins and hooking up with twins,
something's going to go wrong.
It's also just not a great. It's not a good idea. Yeah. Remember the city planner commissioner that we did last week?
Yes.
Or 2 weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
Who threw a cat and then drank a beer and then called everyone on the government board a bunch of pussies. Remember that guy?
On a Zoom call.
You don't want to get drunk because that's what's going to come out. Your real feelings about Terry in HR, it's going to come out in this moment.
Yeah. And the more you drink, the more it's like truth serum. All the way around. The more you drink, like you should be allowed to drink in your life. You should be allowed to blow off steam.
Enjoy it, but not on a Zoom call. A hassle-free interface will allow you to record and save a video of yourself nodding along politely with the occasional smile while your boss talks about the latest budget reports or your friend wants to put her new baby on to talk for the millionth time, Coors said with a statement. So Coors is saying, remember how we were saying after a good hard day of work, then you go grab a Coors Light. No, this is during
a
work.
Good hard day of work.
Pretend like you're working, but you're not working.
Coors Light is like, let's do some day drinking.
Yeah,
let's see how we can day drink this one to the high heavens. And also, remember that friend who thought you loved her baby? Now you're going to show how you don't.
Yeah. How about be excited that you have a job when there's 20% unemployment in this world right now?
Yeah, maybe focus while you're on the job.
So after the Zoom call, when your boss went on and on about the budgets and your coworker put their baby on the call, it's time to crack open a Coors Light. Why can't you just say that?
Or how about the boss calls on you in that moment
and you're just nodding like a dummy
when you're in the loop? Then people think something's actually wrong with you.
Who here wants to sexually harass other members on this Zoom call? And you're like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Companies said the video loop can be saved from the website and set as users' background in a variety of video chatting apps. I still say, in my opinion, and we covered this story on here, hiring a Shetland donkey to be you, way better.
Way better.
I think that's just a better call. It's funnier during a business Zoom. It's funny, tiny. Even
the
if
donkey's not wasted.
Even if the donkey is wasted, you're not going to get dinged for it. It's better to hire a tiny donkey as a joke rather than be a petite ass on your own call after you've drank.
Shotgunned a beer and it's still coming out of your mouth.
You only have 30 seconds. How much beer are you going to drink? That's my question.
30 seconds is longer than you think. I'm just going to say that, but it's still not long enough. It's long enough to go to the fridge, crack a beer, and have one sip.
Like one long sip.
But then you got to hide it.
You got to hide it.
Then you got to hit that loop again, and you drink
It's
again.
like when we were kids in the Matt Fott's basement, just shotgunning beers, hoping that his parents wouldn't come downstairs. And that's what it feels like. Your high school kids trying to hide it from you. Don't want that.
No. And clone loop, they should probably give you like the kind of thing where you can do it twice in a meeting.
2 or 3 times.
You get 2 clone loops per meeting.
Otherwise, you will end up harassing someone on the Zoom.
You're going to get drunk.
God help you if you do it to your coworker's new baby. You're in deep trouble. Hey, baby, you got a pretty mouth.
Hey, what?
No.
A minute ago, you were fine. You were just nodding straight up and down. Hey, shut up.
If you're going to create a clone loop, it should be able, like we said, to be used once or twice, and then that's it. You get cut off. It's like drinking at a bar. You get cut off. You clone loop twice, You had 2 big sips of beer, and then you can do it after the Zoom meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't want to avoid, you don't want to run into any Christmas party gaffes. Right. Like, every office, I know people are excited to go to the Christmas party because there might be alcohol there. There's definitely going to be food there. These are things that they normally don't have at work. But everybody is on edge just a little bit.
Everyone has access to all their stuff. Like, drink before the meeting starts if you really have to drink at 10 in the morning. Smoke a bowl before the thing starts. You don't need to do it during.
In fairness to Coors Light, it is Coors Light, yes, which is probably 3/4 water. I mean, there are serious beer drinkers out there who would hike Mount Everest and use Coors Light as like, I need to rehydrate.
Well, wasn't Coors Light like the big selling point of Coors Light and Coors beer was that it was super cold?
Super cold.
Like, that's not a taste thing.
Exactly.
We keep it so cold.
How was her one woman show? The acoustics were great.
Yeah, I was comfortable.
You could hear everything.
Great.
You could hear everything she said.
Seats were great.
You could hear everything she said. Doesn't mean it's good. It just means that she was incredibly audible.
That was a really intimate.
How was that Coors Light beer?
That was a really intimate theater. That's not you.
How was that Coors Light?
You haven't said anything about the quality of the performance.
How was that Coors Light beer?
It was cold. It was cold.
Great.
As far as beers go, it was really cold.
Look, no matter how much like filtered water Coors Light is, you don't know how it's going to affect Jeff and ad sales. So watch out what you're requesting.
Yeah, let's not encourage this. Like, this is something that maybe someone should figure out and they could do, but let's not give everyone access to this.
I don't think it's a good idea.
I think it's with extreme power comes extreme responsibility.
That's
and
right.
I don't know that everyone's going to be that responsible with this technology.
In the meantime, if you're listening to this after work, I hope you've cracked open a cold,
you can crack
open a cold
one.
Coors Light and enjoy this podcast with us as we've enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Go punch a water faucet, then go wash your hands. Stay connected, though stay socially distanced.
That's right.
Stay protected. Don't get infected. And to all of you out there, just know that we love you guys and we love that you support this show. Tell people about it. Rate it, review it, subscribe to this show on iTunes or whatever.
Let's do that.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da-da.